What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the Chatting with Cheese podcast. I'm your host, Fat Cheese, and y'all already know the motto: no gimmicks, only the real. And this is episode 82. Now, y'all know what I need from y'all. I need y'all to continue to smash that subscribe button. We are on our way to 500 subscribers. Also, do not forget to like and share the content when it drops. And let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. So, I think I got a pretty good episode on hand for y'all today, man. I didn't do nothing last week because it was a lot going on. I got, I did some other things last week that'll be coming out soon that y'all will see. So I wasn't able to record last week, but I think I was all right. I didn't really miss too much. So I'm getting back to it this week, man, and I got some good topics for y'all today. So first, we're gonna start off with my guy Kevin Durant, officially fifth on the all-time NBA scoring list after passing Michael Jordan on Saturday night. So I'm going to read what I got down, and then I'm going to give my thoughts and opinion on it. So Kevin Durant made history Saturday night. He passed Michael Jordan to move into fifth place on the NBA's all-time scoring list during the Rockets' 123-122 win over the Heat. Durant came into the game needing 25 points, which is right around his average this season. He started slow with only 11 in the first half, but picked it up in the second half. Late in the fourth quarter, he hit a three to get close, then knocked down another corner three off of a Reed Shepherd assist to officially pass Jordan. After the game, Durant showed love to Jordan, calling him the blueprint and saying he's always been someone he's looked up to. Durant also mentioned how special it is to pass legends like Wilt Chamberlain and Dirk Nowitzki, who inspired him growing up. For me, man, first of all, I was glad to witness it. Those of you guys that know me know how much of a Kevin Durant fan that I am. So to witness him, make history and become fifth all time in scoring, you know what I'm saying? It just was a great feeling, man. And to be able to watch Kevin Durant throughout his career, the body of work he's been able to put together since being drafted into the NBA, I always say it, and I'll never hesitate on this: Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer of all time, in my opinion. I don't think we will ever see someone his size be able to score the basketball all type of different ways the way that Kevin Durant can score the ball. He can score inside the paint. He can score mid-range. He can hit the three. He can go to the free throw line and knock down all his free throws. And those of you guys that was watching KD earlier in his career, he was dunking on you too. But just to be able to watch him, score the basketball the way that he can, it's just amazing. And for him to be 37 years old and still doing it at this level, I mean, if you watch him play, he literally doesn't look like he missed a beat. You know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing that when you see somebody that good, sometimes it could be kind of hard to recognize greatness when you see somebody doing it as consistently as KD. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for KD to do it the way that he does it, efficient. Sometimes people get mad at him for just not going out there, chucking up a bunch of shots. I don't think KD has even ever recorded a 60-point game in his career. And to still be able to end up fifth all-time on the scoring list, I mean, that right there should tell you everything you need to know. And I think he's not done. Just Monday night, was it Tuesday? Yeah, just Monday night, he put up 40 points against Chicago. Unfortunately, they lost, but that's after passing Michael Jordan for fifth. So I think by the time his career is all said and done, I think KD will end up top 4, maybe top 3 on the scoring list. And I mean, just furthermore cement his legacy as one of the greatest of all time. I think when KD's career is finished, he's gonna be undoubtedly top 10 all time. I already have him top 10 all time in my opinion, but I know that the Golden State thing and stuff like that still kind of leaves a sour taste in people's mouths. But if there's no way you could watch Kevin Durant play the game of basketball at the level he does, the way he does it, and not say he's one of the top 10 greatest players of all time that we've ever seen. And I mean, I'm living with that, and I'm willing to die on that hill. He's just that great. And like I said, I think people have just gotten so accustomed to KD doing it at such a high level that, you know what I'm saying, he's out there averaging 25, 26 points a night. He's damn near pushing for another 50, 40, 90 season, and he's not even being mentioned at all in the MVP conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's because I think people have just got accustomed to KD being that great. And for all my Jordan fans out there, I scanned through some of the comment section and seeing the things that people were saying. Let's make this abundantly clear. Just because KD passed Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list, that does not take away from Michael Jordan's greatness. Everybody knows how great Michael Jordan is. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan retiring and, you know, coming back, and then the injuries that he had during his career, Michael Jordan would easily probably be up there with LeBron 102 on the all-time scoring list. Even KD said it out his own mouth that Jordan, you know, left maybe some thousands of points, points on the table when he retired and everything that he was dealing with in his career. So that's not taken away from Michael Jordan's career. I think Michael Jordan is great. Everybody knows his greatness. Everybody knows that, you know what I'm saying, when people, records are meant to be broken. When people come along and break records, I mean, at the end of the day, that's just a part of the game. So we gonna see, you got guys like Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, SGA. You got guys coming up the ranks that we gonna look at in the next 10 or 20 years. They gonna be passing up KD, and they gonna be passing up Jordan and Kobe. So it happens. It's life. It happens, man. But we just gotta enjoy when we're witnessing greatness, and we're witnessing it right in front of our eyes, man. But just like I wrote things down, like even when people want to mention Jordan missing seasons and stuff like that, look at KD. Kevin Durant missed one full season, the 2019 and 20 season, due to his torn Achilles. The 2014 and 15 season, he missed 55 games with foot surgery. 2020 and 2021 season, played only 35 regular season games. The 2021-2022 season, played only 55 regular season games. Like, so we not gonna sit up here and pretend like KD ain't have some hurdles to go over in his career, you know what I'm saying? Because who's to say if KD never missed a full season or never had surgeries or missed 30 plus something games in a couple seasons, who's not to say KD's not pushing LeBron for that #1 spot on the all-time scoring list? So if we gonna give Jordan some grace, we gotta give KD some grace too. Also, Kevin Durant surpassed Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list while attempting 2,177 fewer field goals. As of March 2026, Durant achieved a higher total point count with 22,180 shot attempts compared to Jordan's 24,357. So we got to factor this in. KD just surpassed him on the all-time scoring list while attempting less shots, while attempting fewer field goals, and also Jordan had a higher total point count. So, you know what I'm saying? We gotta just give it. Hey, listen, I'm sorry because I'm mumbling my words, but we gotta call a spade, man. KD is great. When we talking about scores of the basketball, KD is #1, man. And I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people will have some arguments for Kobe. I know some people will have some arguments for Jordan, Melo. It's a bunch of guys that can score the basketball. But when you watch KD, the efficiency, the way he can go out there and shoot 15 to 20 shots and still give you 30. You know what I'm saying? Be able to post up, go in the paint and get his buckets, go to the free throw line, knock down his free throws, and give you the tray ball. He can literally do everything out there while not chucking up shots. And like I said before at the beginning of the segment, there's been times where people actually get mad that he doesn't do that. Like I done heard people say they want KD to go out there and shoot more. That's just not his game. And people can't say, well, KD's going out there chucking. Anybody that has watched KD his entire career, you know his game is inside out. So KD prefers the mid range and the paint buckets and over the three if you watch them. You know what I'm saying? Just another thing that I got down. These are the all-time scoring leaders, field goal attempt ranks. You have LeBron first, Kareem second, Karl Malone third, Kobe fourth, Jordan fifth. Kevin Durant is 13th in field goal attempt ranks out of the top all-time scorers in NBA history, man. He's 13th. And still just surpassed Jordan for fifth all-time. Come on, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. Hey, listen, I know Jordan's greatness. Everybody knows Jordan's greatness. But when it comes to scoring the basketball, you got to give KD his flowers, man. You got to give KD his flowers. Like I said, people want to say Jordan retired. And this is no knock to Michael Jordan. But people want to say Michael Jordan retired and dealt with certain injuries part of his career. KD missed the whole season. He missed boatloads of games while in OKC, while in Brooklyn, while in Phoenix. So just imagine if KD didn't miss the games that he missed, where he would be at on the all-time scoring list. So that's my piece on that. Shout out to Kevin Durant. Hell of an achievement. Like I said, I believe by the end of next season, KD will pass up Kobe fourth. I believe when it's all said and done, KD will probably more than likely end up top 3 all-time scoring. There's no way he's going to catch LeBron. LeBron is still playing at an elite level. There's no way he's going to catch LeBron. But I think before it's all said and done, we'll see KD top 3 all-time in scoring. But y'all give me y'all opinions down in the comments. What y'all think on Kevin Durant making history, passing up Michael Jordan, fifth all-time on the scoring list. Let me know what y'all think. Moving on. We're going to switch over to some college. And I know y'all been locked in like I've been locked in on the NCAA March Madness tournament. It's been some great ball games. Tomorrow, they kick off the Sweet 16. So by the time this episode comes out, the Sweet 16 will be, winding down. We'll be on its way. But the question that I have is, I've been paying a lot of attention to Arkansas. And Arkansas got a freshman over there that is an absolute dog in Darius Acuff. And the question that I have is, should Darius Acuff be in consideration for the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft coming up? So, Arkansas freshman guard Darius Acuff is quickly putting himself in the conversation to be the #1 overall pick. If that happens, he'll be the highest draft pick in Arkansas history, passing Sidney Moncrief, who went #5 back in 1979. Acuff has been one of the hottest prospects this year because of his scoring, efficiency, and ability to run an offense. He is a dynamic guard who can score in a lot of ways and also create for his teammates. At 6'3", he finishes strong at the rim, hitting over 67% of his shots there, and he's not afraid of contact. If he can't get to the basket, he's got other options. He knocks down floaters at a high rate and can shoot off the dribble or from deep. He's especially dangerous without the ball, shooting 50% on catch and shoot threes and even hitting from long range consistently. During the regular season, he averaged over 23 points and 7 assists. But in the postseason, he's taken it to another level, putting up over 30 points and 7 assists per game while shooting efficiently from the field and from 3. Bottom line, Acuff is playing like one of the best players in the country right now, and his draft stock is rising fast. The biggest concern is his defense. Some describe his defense, as someone who heavily struggles to defend, according to CBB analysts. I'm sorry, I might have botched that last sentence. Biggest concern is his defense. He's described as someone who heavily struggles to defend, according to CBB analysts. So my thoughts on Darius Acuff, I absolutely believe he should be in consideration to be the #1 pick. Do I believe he will be the #1 pick? No, I believe that will be AJ DeBonsa from BYU. But when you watch Darius Acuff, to me, he looks like a pro. He's calm. His game never looks rushed. He never looks like he's in panic. He honestly gives me that vibe to where he feels like anytime he has the ball in his hands, he can go get a bucket. And you could see that Calipari and that Arkansas team depend on him heavily to do that. For him to only be 19 years old, a freshman, and to have the composure that he has with the ball in his hands, I love watching him, man. He can literally do everything on the offensive side. He can get to the cup. He can hit you with the floater. He has a good mid-range game, and he has a good three ball. I think any team that takes Darius Acuff, I think you're getting a star. I seriously do. And for me, early I had it AJ DeBonsa, Darren Peterson, and the Boozer and Boozer. Now, for me, I would have AJ DeBonsa, Darius Acuff, Boozer, and then Peterson. And the problem that I have with Peterson is, for one, the red flag was when he pulled himself out of that game. Coach came up and said that he didn't know what was going on and that whole situation. So I kind of question, did he love the game? And then I didn't feel like during their games in March Madness, they just went home against St. John's. I didn't feel like I seen enough from him. Like, I felt like he was too lax. Did I feel like he was able to get buckets when they needed him or when he felt like it? Yeah, but he was kind of too lax. When you watch Darius Acuff, it's pedal to the metal the whole time. He's out there playing extremely hard. He's getting buckets, getting teammates involved, doing everything possible on the offensive side for them to win. So if I'm a team like the Washington Wizards, like, I don't know if the Indiana Pacers, because you have Halliburton, but the Washington Wizards, the Utah Jazz, teams like that, the Sacramento Kings, I'm absolutely considering Darius Acuff, 100%. And I know a lot of people have issues with the defensive side of the ball, but the way that the landscape of the NBA right now, and people may disagree with me, and y'all are wholeheartedly are able. If you want to disagree with me, I completely understand. But to me, the NBA today, I feel like offensive production outweighs defensive. If you look at the top 5 players in the NBA right now, just off the top of my head, their offensive production outweighs their defensive production. SGA, I believe his offensive production outweighs his defensive production. Nikola Jokic, I believe his offensive production outweighs his defensive production. Luka Doncic, I believe his offensive production outweighs the defensive. Anthony Edwards, same thing. The only one you have an argument with, who I think is elite on both ends of the floor, is Victor Wembanyama. I believe Victor Wembanyama is an elite two-way player. But other than that, all those guys I just named, you can even throw Cade Cunningham in there. I believe those guys, majority of those guys, offensive production outweighs their defense. And I think in this type of league, you need guys that can score the basketball. Any team that gets him, you understand his deficiencies on the defensive side of the ball. Now you know, okay, we need to get guys that can come in here, that can play defense as well, to help him out on his shortcomings. But we know, if you give him the ball on the offensive side, we know he can go get us a bucket. And I think that's more important. Some people may not agree with me, but that's my opinion. I think when you're drafting that high up in the draft, in that top 5 range, you are looking to get somebody that can go get you a bucket. I don't know. I don't remember the last time. I could be wrong, but majority of guys that go top 5 in college, they could go get you a bucket. And I think Darius Acuff is a prime example of that. He can go get you a bucket from all levels of the floor. You know, just from the SEC championship game all the way down to, you know, now them heading to the Sweet 16, he's been giving you 30 points and 7 assists a game while shooting efficiently. So he's not going out there just chucking. These are efficient buckets that he's giving you. So, I mean, for me, I don't think he would be number one. He is going to go number one, but the question that I ask is, should he be in consideration? And I think 100% absolutely. I think any team, because I do believe AJ DeBonsa is going to go number one. I think AJ DeBonsa is a better player than Darius Acuff, because I think when you watch AJ DeBonsa, same thing. He gives me pro. He's ready. I think he's going to hit the ground running with his size, athleticism. I think he's a pretty decent defender. So I think he gives you kind of the best of both worlds. But anybody outside of that number 1 pick, 2 down through about 5 or 7, man, I'm considering Darius Acuff as far as 2. Whoever has that second overall pick, I'm considering Darius Acuff there. I don't know if I would take him number 1, but he will be in consideration for number 1. But I think 2 and down, I think absolutely. And Calipari has been telling us, all year. But look at Calipari's track record with freshmen. I mean, John Wall was the number 2 overall pick. We seen what his career panned out to be. Anthony Davis, we seen what his career panned out to be. We know John Calipari's track record when it comes to elite freshmen. And he has been talking about this kid all year. So, hey, man, when I'm going to listen. When John Calipari speak on a freshman, I'm going to listen because I know his track record when it comes to him. But y'all give me y'all thoughts in the comment section. Should Darius Acuff be in consideration for the number 1 overall pick? In my opinion, I say yes. Let me know what y'all think. Moving on, we're going to flip back over to the NBA. So, Victor Wembanyama had some interesting comments, I believe on, was it Monday night after they beat the Miami Heat? Victor Wembanyama gives 3 reasons why he should be the MVP. So Victor Wembanyama says he wants to win MVP and he's got reasons why. After a big win against the Miami Heat, Wemby made his case. He says, first, defense matters just as much as offense, and he believes he's the most impactful defender in the league. Second, he pointed out that the Spurs dominated the Oklahoma City Thunder this season, showing how good they can be against top teams. And third, he says his offensive impact isn't just about scoring. He affects the game in multiple ways. Wemby's goal to make sure there's no debate about MVP by the end of the season. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. And some of y'all may call it begging. Some of y'all may say you don't like that he did that. Number 1, he was answering a question. And I see a lot of people outraged about this, but at the end of the day, I think Wemby has a strong case. I do. I believe Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, is going to win the MVP, and rightfully so, because when Shai is on the floor, he's absolute dog. He's dominant. SGA is I believe is going to win it. But if you watch Victor Wembanyama and the statements that he made, everything he said is literally true. You know what I'm saying? Defense matters just as much as offense. It's crazy because we just spoke about Darius Acuff and his defense, but I mean, I think when it comes to MVP, I don't know how much they factor defense in. We know SGA puts the ball in the basket at a high clip. He just broke a record. For most consecutive 20-point games, I believe, in a season. So we know SGA puts the ball in the basket at a very high clip. But Wemby does play on both sides of the floor. Wemby can give you elite offense, and he's also giving you elite defense. So I believe that should be a factor. He's the best two-way player in the league. I think he's the best defensive player in the league. So I would have to agree with him on that. He also said they did dominate Oklahoma City this year. They beat them 3 times while Oklahoma City was at full strength. Punished them too. Punished them. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? They were convincing wins by the San Antonio Spurs. I gotta go be with Wemby on that. So that's true also what he said. And then lastly, his offensive impact isn't just about scoring. That also is true. Because when Wemby's out there, I believe he can affect the offensive side of the ball in more ways than SGA, just because how tall he is, the attention that he attracts, you know what I'm saying? He gives other guys on that team shots, wide open shots, good looks, great looks, just because of how much attention he demands from the opposing team's defense. So I think Wemby has real compelling case about the MVP. I think he's having an amazing season. I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew that Wemby would take a leap this upcoming season, but I didn't know his leap would be like this. Wemby is an absolute beast, and I think when it's all said and done, once guys like LeBron and KD, Steph, and all those guys finally decide to call it careers, I think Victor Wembanyama is going to be the face of the NBA. But if I had to go off right now and this year, yes, Wemby does make a compelling case for MVP, but SGA is the MVP of the league. I just think what SGA does on the floor, I think it's unmatched. The way he can score the basketball at that high of a clip. A bad game for SGA is 20 points. We just got to think about that. A bad game for Shea is 20 points. I mean, he's giving you 31.5 points per game, 55% from the field, shooting 55% from the field and 38% from three. I mean, he's shooting 55% from the field. Just think about that. It's automatic. It's automatic. Now, he won it last year with Jokic doing what he was doing. So there's no way they could turn around and not give it to him this year. And to me, I think it's way more obvious that he's the MVP than last year. So I like Victor Wembanyama. He's giving you 24.3 points a game, shooting 50% from the field, 35% from three. Those numbers are great. Those numbers are excellent. But I just think when you compare him to SGA, what SGA does for the Thunder, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I think out of their last, I don't even remember but how many games, but I think since SGA's been back, they've been on like a 16-game winning streak or something like that. Like, they haven't lost in a minute. Matter of fact, I think I could let me pull it up real quick. Let me see. They on an active 12-game winning streak. On March 23rd, the Thunder won their 12th straight game. You know what I'm saying? They became the only team this season with multiple win streaks of 12-plus games. But, yeah, they hooping. I mean, since SGA's been back. But at the same time, even when SGA was out, they were still managing to win games. But you could say the same thing for the Spurs. When Wemby was out, they were still winning games. I think those are two great teams. Hopefully that we get to see that in the Western Conference Finals to be able to advance to the championship, the NBA Finals. But I think Victor Wembanyama makes a very compelling case on why he should be the MVP. But I think Shea is still the front runner. And I think honestly, I think it's clear. Just to watch Shea and the things that he can do. And I do believe Victor is the better two-way player of the two. But just what Shea can do on the offensive side, I think it's unmatched, bro. I think it's unmatched. And I think that gap between those two is pretty clear. Now, do I think next year, if Wemby continues at the rate that he's at, could he be MVP next year? Absolutely. But I think this year, with the season coming to an end, I think SGA kind of got this thing sold up. But y'all give me y'all opinions in the comments, man. Do y'all think Victor Wembanyama has a compelling case to be the MVP over SGA? Or do y'all agree with me and think SGA has this thing sewn up? Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Last but not least, I'm going to give y'all my Sweet 16 predictions. I told y'all the Sweet 16 kicks off tomorrow. My bracket blew up. I did my first bracket this year ever. This a couple of weeks ago when the tournament kicked off. Well, a week or so ago, whenever it kicked off. And it blew up early. I think Troy, I got a couple right, though. TCU, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I got a couple right. But I know Troy ended up blowing me up, losing to Nebraska. So I said, well, at least I gave it a shot. But it was fun, so I'm going to continue to do it. But it was just something that I did for the first time, and I'm going to stick with it. It was fun, but I blew up. But I am going to give you guys my Sweet 16 predictions, who I think will win. And, you know, I just hope that we have some fantastic games. The tournament, to me, has been fantastic so far, so I hope it continues. First up, I'm going with the Texas Longhorns over Purdue. I think Texas is the hottest team in the tournament right now. And we know with the tournament, Sometimes it's not about who's the better team. It's just about who gets hot at the right time. And I think Texas has gotten hot at the right time. So I'm going to take Texas over Purdue. I'm going to take Texas over Purdue. Texas have beat BYU and Gonzaga. So I'm going to go with Texas to continue on that hot streak and go to the Elite Eight. I'm going to go with Nebraska over Iowa. This is the first Sweet 16 in Nebraska men's basketball history. I got to trust Nebraska. They blew my bracket up early. They ended up winning again this past weekend, so I'm going to stick with them. I think Nebraska continues on, and I think they make their first Elite Eight, you know what I'm saying, in men's basketball history. I like that Iowa team, though. That game that they had against Florida was a hell of a game, one of the best games of the weekend. That final shot, I forgot the kid's name that knocked it down in the corner, but it was a hell of a game to knock off number 1 seeded Florida. I had Florida winning the national championship in my bracket, so that Iowa team is good, and it wouldn't shock me if Iowa pulled this game out, but I'm going to go with Nebraska. Next up, I'm going to go with Arkansas over Arizona, and I think that's going to be a hell of a game. You got my boy Darius Acuff, who I just talked about, them going against Arizona, and Arizona has been smoking ever since all year, but they have been completely steamrolling teams. But the reason I'm going with Arkansas is because I'm a big Darius Acuff fan. I like that team. I like Calipari, but I also picked them to make the national championship on my bracket, so I got to stick with them. So I'm going with Arkansas over Arizona. Next up, I'm going with Houston over Illinois. I just like that Houston team, gritty. I think that a top seeded team. I think I had Houston making it past. I don't even know if I had them facing Illinois at this point on my bracket, but I'm going with Houston over Illinois. This is another big game I can't wait to see. And I did go with this on my bracket. I have St. John's over Duke. I like that St. John's team. They won on a buzzer beater this past week against Kansas. They're a very good defensive team, and they have guys that can step up and give them buckets on the offensive side. I've been paying attention to Duke, and I haven't really been too much impressed with Duke. I've been impressed with Cam Boozer, of course, and that defense. They are a very good defensive team, but I like St. John's. I like St. John's a little more, so I'm going to go with St. John's over Duke. I went Michigan over Alabama. I think that's going to be another good game. But I like Michigan in that game. They got some big, tall guys over there, and from what I've seen from Michigan, they've just looked well-rounded and looked like a good, complete team to me. So I'm gonna go with Michigan over Alabama. I'm going Michigan State over UConn. I think on my bracket I had UConn making the Final Four, if I'm not mistaken. They got my boy Cam Ward over there. Shout out to Cam Ward. Shout out to Lago High School. So I'm gonna go with Michigan State over UConn. And last but not least, I have Iowa State over Tennessee. I like what I seen from Iowa State in their last game. Who did they play? I can't remember who they played, but I know they were shorthanded. Their best player actually sat out, and other guys stepped it up big time, and they ended up winning that game. I like that point guard that they have over there, and I believe that they keep it going. And I like Iowa State over Tennessee. So that's my Sweet 16 prediction. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Do not bet on none of my predictions, because if any of these teams end up losing that I said was going to win, I don't want y'all coming back blaming me, saying that Cheese caused y'all to lose money or whatever the case may be. This is just what I think. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me each and every week. I appreciate all the new subscribers, all the new people that's tuning into the channel. Like I said, continue to smash that subscribe button. We are on our way to 500 subscribers. Also, do not forget to like this video when it drops and share the content when it drops. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all next time.